When I went to medical school, I had a feeling I was going to be a pathologist, but I wanted to keep an open mind. I didn't want to rule anything out. And I ended up doing a master's in the middle of my training in health law, and during that time I was working in the laboratory using my medical laboratory science degree, and I loved it. I loved going to work, I loved helping people, I loved doing the testing. So when I came back for my third year, I really tried to enjoy what I was doing, but I really just wanted to be behind the microscope more than anything else.
Yeah, like a lot of people, I first discovered pathology during my clerkship year in medical school when I was following specimens from the operating room to the frozen lab, and I just felt like I had found my people. People who loved microscopes, they loved disease processes, cellular, molecular basis of disease, and we're just kind of nerding out about that.
I feel like everyone's journey to pathology is kind of like ping-ponging around, and I think that mine was definitely like that. I told my med school friend, my best friend, I was like, the only thing I really enjoy is reading Robbins all day. I was like, what am I gonna do? And she was like, well, you should just be a pathologist. And I was like, that's actually a great idea. And so then I kind of made it my goal to expose myself to pathology as much as possible, which in med school, we don't really get a lot of exposure. And so one of my first clinical rotations was actually canceled. And then I got to do some shadowing in pathology. And within the first 5 to 10 minutes that I was in that lab, I was like, this is where I need to be, this is my comfort zone and where I'm going to thrive, and yeah, then never looked back.
I wanted to have a large academic institution experience and be able to be exposed to a high volume of cases in pretty much every single subspecialty that I could rotate in. I also wanted a place that had established fellowships because I'm a mom and I have a daughter and a husband, and so if I'm gonna move across the country, I wanted to be somewhere where I could complete my training, get good training, and still have a comfortable life for my family. And then once I found out about the Division of Quality and Healthcare Improvement, that really kind of sealed the deal because that's exactly what I was hoping to learn in residency. When I got to my interview, my gut just told me I had to be here. Everyone was so kind and so caring and genuinely trying to get to know me and not just all the stats on my CV, and it just felt like home right away. And now that I'm coming here and being here for over 6 months now, they don't just talk the talk, they walk the walk. I mean, our faculty are absolutely wonderful. Even people I haven't met yet take the time to try to learn my name and say hi to me in the hallways and really know what makes me tick, and not just, I'm not a number in the slot of okay, you're on service, okay, you're off service. And so it's been really just wonderful getting to know all the different residents here, the different faculty, finding my mentors. We even get assigned a mentor as a first year, and being able to have someone who's always in your corner is just such a wonderful feeling. I wake up every day happy to come to work.
Yeah, I knew Michigan was the right place for me after probably when I first got here and saw my desk and met my colleagues. They're wonderful people. And then also I'd say at the end of my first rotation in surgical pathology, getting to work with an upper level resident, Corey, who was super helpful, showing me the ropes, and then also getting feedback from the attending that was really supportive. It was just a great environment, and I knew that I had chosen the right place.
Really, I think the thing that stood out with me in Michigan, I think, was my second to last interview, so it's really late in the cycle. But it was the only interview that I didn't feel emotionally exhausted with afterwards, because I felt like a lot of the interviews, you're talking and then it's it takes a lot out of you. But with the Michigan interview, I felt very relaxed, and I felt like we were just having normal conversation, and I didn't really feel that pressure to perform. I felt like we kind of just meshed really well together right away. And so that was what made Michigan stand out to me.
My best advice is to just show up excited to work. You don't need to pre-study. No one expects you to be a diagnostic whiz once you are coming here, because that's the point of residency. The knowledge is going to come, but if you are just willing to work hard, learn the fundamentals the first year, and that's learning how the laboratory works, learning how we interact with the rest of the hospital, learning how to gross, learning how to accurately describe what you're seeing. Building that fundamental set of skills as a first year is really what's going to take you through the rest of it. You don't need to be perfect and be able to spot everything and know how everything works. That's why you're here.
Yeah, for the incoming first years, I definitely recommend to them to ask for help when you need it. We've got from the pathology assistants to the residents, fellows, and faculty, people are always willing to teach. I think that's a hallmark of pathology, that people love to teach. So don't be afraid to ask questions, and just come in and embrace the challenge.
Always be networking, always like seek opportunities. Obviously reach out early. Like if, people, especially at Michigan Medicine in the pathology department, they are so receptive to people that are interested in pathology and people that are interested in coming here. So I guess my biggest piece of advice was like, don't be afraid to take risks.